I've done all the work. I made sure I did all the work. Now you kind of just have to surrender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have the vision of victory in your mind. You have, being successful and everything, but you have to surrender to the will of the creator, the God, the universe.
I create scenarios. I plan future things. So everything that's happening, there's so many possibilities that can happen. So many parallel universes or whatever, so many timelines. So I put myself in those scenarios and I recreate them. And when they happen, it's like deja vu. It's like they've already happened before because they have. I tell people, not everyone is mentally ill, just like not everyone's physically ill. But if you don't look after your physical health, you're going to get sick. Same thing as if you don't look after your mental health, you're going to get sick.
Sometimes, like back then, I'd isolate myself even more. And I remember just like the lows get low, man, like so low. And it takes a strong person to get through those. So this is why this game, it's not for the faint-hearted, man. I've had a friend lose their life in this. So when people put everything on the line, it's
for real.
It's for real. They put everything on the line, and it's a privilege though, just to be able to do this, man. I fight with my brothers. I fought with my parents, with family, like that. But at the end of the day, always circle back to the truth. That love, that connection. For me, it's a little bit. I have to feel the vibe, and that was my attitude still till this day. Like back then, if I want a belt, I want to just flex with it. It's what not every fighter does, but certain fighters who just feel themselves they can. And I kind of went in just like, I just want to see. I've kind of used that in different aspects of life, in a lot of aspects of life. Like we were just talking about my last fight as well, that 5th round, when I thought, I've hit the limit now, last level. It's like, oh no, wait. There's more. There's always more in everything, man. In everything in life. Whenever people talk about like sky's the limit, and it's just like another one of those things that's passed down, like another quote that people just parrot and don't even like think about it. I'm like, why is the sky the limit? It's not actually the limit. Like, we know there's space. Yeah. So why are we saying the sky's the limit? It's not the limit. Like, there's more. I'm curious. I'm just always questioning things in life, anything, even my beliefs. I'm like questioning, like, why do I believe that? What programmed me, or what what got me to this point. Sometimes I've seen it as well, even in my country. Like when I went back to Nigeria, I saw like a lot of ideologies, old ideologies, that like tie people down and never let them progress. And it's just like sheeple, because people want to belong. Yeah. I still want to belong. Everyone wants to belong to some kind of tribe. A lot of people can't though. They're chained down by what they think. And this is not like no disrespect to anyone or any culture or any religion or something, but like a lot of ideologies sometimes they help people in a lot of ways. It's like that what was that story, the king in the robe, and everyone was like, that's a nice robe, but the king's naked, until one kid is like, nah, you're naked. Like, what are you doing? A lot of people they're scared of their thoughts. Right. They're scared of where their brain goes. Like once they start to like, I have people I know who they need people around, like, what are we doing? What are we doing tonight? Or they need to have it. I'm like, bro, can we just enjoy? My earliest memory of questioning authority, my earliest one was like maybe when I was 6 or something. And after Sunday school one day, I asked a teacher at Sunday school, like, wait, so if God created the world, who created God? I questioned like work. Why do I have to do this 9 to 5 to work this way to get this money and then come back next week? Like things like that, and since then I've just always questioned everything. I started to like question a lot of things over, not from there, like that was my earliest memory, but then like from the age of maybe 16 or 17, I just questioned things like why do we go to school? Then from the age of like 19, for me, I was like, why am I jealous? Like, he's not doing anything to me. He's not taking anything away from me. Like, there's endless. The sky's not the limit. It's endless. There's enough out there. I was like, why am I feeling this way? And I was like, why am I jealous? Like, there's no need to be jealous. And it was, most people don't question that. They just accept that feeling, that emotion, and then that's it. Like, and they'll make some excuse to why he's successful. Right. So for me in the UFC, you see people now, they look at me, he's only been here for 20 months. Why is you getting paid more? Why is you fighting for a title? I'm like, bro, I'm just doing my work. There's enough out there for everyone. Trust me, there's enough out there. And for me, I just had to learn, and that's why I questioned that emotion. Like, why am I jealous? You kind of just fall into the pattern, like, because you've seen people just like, oh, they'll make excuses. Like, even me, oh, he's only good because he's tall. You know, he's only good because he's black. You know, right. It's like, no, I worked. I call that identifying the monster. You have to find the monster. Once you identify it and you make it bleed, you can kill it. So I was able to kill it, and then we're able to get back to our friendship. But that was a key moment for me where I realized, I didn't know, like, you know, you can get that deep without even letting yourself sink that deep. I'm a very objective person, because I constantly just, like, I'll sit there and watch myself like I'm David Attenborough watching some chimpanzee on National Geographic, and I'll watch my actions sometimes, and I'm just like, why are you like that? Why did he do that? You know? Like, from a third person point of view. But I think it's healthy as well. It's
I think it is, bro.
To detach yourself. For me, it's paramount that I'm a person that just stays in the moment. You can never ever have anything just, especially in the cage. That's one thing. Like one thing I love to do. I love to do when if you ever watch my next fight, don't just look at me. Look at my eyes. And people always say that, you know, it's in God's plan. I know where that comes from, and sometimes people use it as a cop out, and I'm like, nope, you can't use that as a cop out. But I understand the process, like you said. Let the chips fall with it, man. It is God's plan. It wasn't meant to be right there and then, or it was, but there's a moment where you just have to surrender and just let it go. I just visualize just letting go. Like, you can't have any thought of, oh, what does this person think, or what if I do this? You just have to let go and just surrender. Just surrender to it, you know. And I've had experience with that in the past on a lot of things. I like looking at things differently, and I like cartoons because there's no limit, you know. There actually is no limit. Like, you can look at SpongeBob. You know, the whole story itself is a talking crab, is a squirrel, a scuba on the water, there's a star that lives under a rock. Like, there's no limit. You can make whatever you want to make. For me, it was one of the ultimate, like, deja vu experiences going back to my old primary school. And like, like literally, it was just, I saw one teacher that my parents used to make me go live with him during the week, and then the weekends I go back home because I was just so spoiled. I felt like things start to make sense. Things start to fall into place, bits and pieces. People leaving your life, people coming into your life, and I think that was my first taste of being an adult, quote unquote. Right. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm starting to figure this out. I left dance for so long just because I got sick of the politics. I got sick of people, who is this, who's the, you know, like, I'm the best, I'm this. I'm like, ugh, I just want to dance, I just want to have fun. And I found myself like that metamorphosis while I was dancing, back to my youth, back to my, you know, my culture in a way. People just think it's all fun and games. That's why I even said, like, I sound like I'm complaining a lot sometimes, like first world problems. Trust me, I was just in Nigeria. I was in Makoko. I saw some stuff like people shouldn't even see. Like, the poverty level is so deep. So sometimes when I complain, I hear myself and I'm like, ugh, such a why are you complaining? I used to be a people pleaser hard, man. Oh, bro, I was coming up, I used to just try just to belong, you know what I mean? But then it just it occurred to me later on, like, in my late teenage years, like, I can't belong. I can never belong. I'm not meant to belong. I'm meant to stand out. So eventually I started to just own
the broken native.
The broken native. I just started to own my blackness. Look, you don't have to like me. I like me. You don't have to like me. I like me plenty much. My Doug loves me. My people love me. My parents love me. And I have enough for myself that, and also just respect for myself, that I'll never ever like dim my shine to make someone else feel comfortable. I'm a man that can fit into many tribes now, because I've related to so many people from so many different walks of life. If you ever feel jealous, or ever feel envious, or ever feel even angry, even happy, you're like, why am I happy? Like, why am I happy for? This person, you know, and explore that, you know, feel that, like cultivate that, see the steps that it took for you to get there, or even reverse engineer it. Express how you really feel. But a lot of people never do because they're scared of what other people might think. I stay active, like every single day of the week I have like a workout or something, and most days on average I'll train 3 times a day on average. There's maybe Thursday where I train 4. I trained 4. There was a point when I was doing 5 a day on Thursday, and there was like, not too much, so we put 1 back. I'm gonna miss this shit when it's gone. So appreciate it now. Like really, really soak it up now, because I'll be training forever. Don't get me wrong, I'll be doing martial arts forever, but like this, like doing my rap, getting ready for sparring with my boys, and just that gladiator mentality, like we're about to go to war. Like this is all the prep that we're gonna go to war, and I can't wait, man. They all have to, like, at the end of the day, they might not like me, but they will respect me. At the end of the day, they will respect me, and that's the athletes themselves, the people in the UFC.